Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah Muhammad bin Abdullah wa ala alihi wa amma ba'd. Okay, today Alhamdulillah we have another question and we think it's something very important, something everyone asks a lot. So the question is, how does praying to Allah, how does praying to Allah help us in our daily lives? So to answer this question, let us go through certain points related to prayers and good deeds. So the thing is in Islam, first thing is a person who is doing a good deed, he must always expect the reward for it in the hereafter. So, whatever good deed that we are going to do, it might be a big or small, the reward must always be expected in the hereafter. Because even though the Quran and Hadith state certain benefits of doing good deeds in this world, those are not rewards, those are just benefits. The rewards, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have kept them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has kept them for the hereafter. So whatever we do, the rewards we will get in the hereafter and not in here. That's the first part that we have to remember. Second one, so as all the good deeds, all of them, they have their own purpose. All the good deeds, they have their own purpose. So that purpose may vary. Sometimes it is for a person, sometimes it's for the community, and so on. So when it comes to prayer, prayer helps us with various things. The first thing is we know in Islam, after kalima, after believing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only God and Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam is the messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have to pray 5 times a day to establish our belief. Like the part of belief consists of two things. First one, we have to believe it. Second one, we have to act upon it. So, as a person accepts Islam by saying the kalima shahada, the same way he proves his Islam through prayers. He proves his Islam through prayers. So, a person who doesn't pray 5 times a day, he is not a Muslim based on that. Because how do we understand whether a person is a Muslim or not? Because we can't split people's hearts, we can't understand that. So, for example, a person might have said that he is a Muslim in public, but we don't know what his state is now. So, at that time, in those kind of situations, what we do is we look at whether he prays or not. So, if a person is praying 5 times a day, it means he aims to be one. So, he does all other good deeds, even though he is doing something, even though he is doing some other things in Islam. So, that is another point. And also, so prayer is important in that way that we are showing that we are connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that is the second thing. Third one, let's get to the benefits of the hereafter. Okay, no need. That's for another question. So let's get to the benefits that we will get through praying for our day-to-day life. First one, prayer is a break. It is something that will bring calmness in our lives. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, according to his hadiths and according to the Quran verses, we can see that our prayer is tied to our life. Our life is tied to our prayers. The way our prayers are is how our life is going to be. If our prayer is calm, if our prayer is peaceful, if our prayer is nice, then we can expect our life to be the same. It will be the same, it will be calm, it will be cool. We will easily get through that. At the same time, if our prayer is in a rush, if we are praying like we need to run away somewhere, if we are praying like we have no time to lose, then we need to understand that we are going to get the same rush in our life. Like they will explain it to an extent. Like the perfectness that we show in our prayer will also come in our lives. The way we stand in prayer, the way we keep our legs in our prayer, the way we focus on our prayer, everything will come out to our life. So the way, so how do we perfect our life? How do we make our life calm? How do we make it peaceful? We need to perfect our prayer. We need to calm our prayer. We need to do it in a perfect manner. So when we do like that, what happens is it will reflect in our life. It will reflect in our life. So that is one benefit of prayer. And also, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told in a hadith, if a person goes to the mosque and prays. So this is for men. If a person goes to the mosque and prays a prayer, like for example, I'm going to the mosque, I'm praying Luhar. Now until Asr, whatever needs I have, they will be fulfilled. At the same time, Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told, if a person goes to the prayer, like I go to Asr, now I pray Asr until Maghrib, all my, what do you call that? uh, all my needs will be fulfilled. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told. So whatever we are doing, we need to understand that our prayer is connected to our life in this world. It shows that we are a Muslim, and also it has direct connections with our life. Third one, it will also help us. It will also help us with our worldly needs. So that is the second one. Third one is, we know we live in a time where our desires are like, there are a lot of issues. There's a hard time with the temptations and all. Temptations are high. People have hard times controlling themselves and etc. Walaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So we live in a time like that. So the thing is, in these kind of times, the times of turmoil, we really need prayer, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, He says, Inna salata tanha anil fahsha'i wal munkar. Inna salata tanha anil fahsha'i wal munkar. So in here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, prayer prevents a person from fahsha and munkar. From fahsha and munkar. So we know in Arabic, munkar means all the bad deeds, all the disliked things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explains all the, munkar is a common word for all the bad things, all the disliked things. But the second part of it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most important thing in there is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions fahsha separately. So fahsha is a word that we use in Arabic for sins which are related to like things related to sex, okay, sexual desires, sins related to those, sins related to the opposite gender, those kind of things. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says prayer will protect you from sins related to the sexual desires and those kind of sins. And secondly, it will generally prevent you from all kind of sins. So today we live in a period where people ask solutions for all their problems. Like sometimes, the urge is high. Just go to watch a football match outside in a browser, you get advertisements with naked women. You go do something like you play a game, your child plays a game, the advertisement that shows up, it's a nude lady. So somehow you end up seeing something which provokes you, which triggers your desire and things like that. So in those kind of situations, to remain calm, to control yourself, to not get to a sin, we need prayer. So the easiest way, we can give 1,000 solutions for people who are suffering from these kind of issues. Like people, they do the things that they must not do every day. Okay, I always like to chat with ladies. I always do this private sin or things like that. So everyone, for all of them, prayer is a solution, because Allah directly mentions that if a person's prayer is perfect, then he will be protected from those kind of sins. And at the same time, the meaning also has a different, what do you call that? There's an alternate meaning for that. That is, if we have those desires and if we still are indulged in those kind of bad activities, it also means that we are having issues with our prayer. We need to perfect it. We need to perfect it. So I think it comes to uh, so those are some of the benefits that we get to pray. Okay, so what we do is when we are praying, we are speaking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is one important and last benefit of prayer. That when we are praying, we are speaking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The one who controls the entire world is listening to us. Okay, the one who has the control over everything is listening to us. We are speaking to him. That is just a moment that we will get only 5 times a day. So we need to use that opportunity. For example, we get to meet the president, we get like 2 minutes to speak with him, means we will just understand like how focused we must be in that. Okay, within the 2 minutes, I'll try to appeal for the most important things in my life. The same way, when I'm doing the same, what I have to do is I will only be doing whatever is very important. I will only be focusing on whatever is very important. I must focus on how I will look. I must focus on like how I will perform in front of him. So it's the same with prayer. I get to speak to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So that will really benefit us in our day-to-day life. So I think that answer was correct. So you can comment more. Uh, so give me a minute. The question was from. Okay, Jazakumullah khair. I hope this I hope this answered. Jazakumullah khair. Let's meet tomorrow with another question. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.